This is the Temple of Geek Cosplay Connection, your inside connection to the world of cosplay.
This is the Temple of Geek Cosplay Connection. I'm your host, Daniel, and on this episode, I get to speak with Sarah from Sarah Star TV. So without further ado, let me introduce you to my guest. Sarah, welcome. Hi.
How you doing, Daniel?
I am fantastic. How are you?
I'm great.
So, I want to kind of just start off a little bit. Tell our audience about you. What is Sarah Star TV?
Okay. Well, I'm a Sarah Star. Sarah Star TV is pretty much my channel. And what I do on there is step-by-step instructions on how to do cosplays. I also do cooking things, art things, and soon music. And I hope to accentuate that into something bigger, hopefully, so I can do my own costumes and create my own characters. But all in all, I like to do things outside of that. I can sing, dance, and do other things, but it's just the art aspect of it, doing cosplays and music and stuff has always been a big impact in my life. So,
how did you get involved with it?
When I was younger, I've always been into dress up. I've always dressed in different sorts of outfits, and when I was little, and mix it up with some makeup that I pretty much stole from my mother and my sister. But then once I became a teenager, I got into my own stuff. And I guess once I reached adulthood, I had more access to certain things, like more costumes and outfits and cosmetics, as well as now special effects makeup. And I just keep on going with it. And again, I've done things from original stuff to adding my own touch to originals, and now hope to get to doing my own thing, like I'm creating my own characters.
Okay. Well, tell me a little bit about some of your creations. What have you done so far? What are some of the characters you've cosplayed as so far?
Well, my very favorite would have to be Harley Quinn. She's one of my favorite villains, and just about each time I've ever done a Harley Quinn cosplay, I've always done something different. If it wasn't the hair or the makeup, it was accessories that I added along with the costumes that I have on hand. But then I've also done lighter things. I've done an Elsa cosplay not long ago with the original costume and wig. But then, of course, I had to use my own jewelry and accessories to give it more of an icy touch. And again, I've done some off-the-chart stuff. I tried to create the greatest zombie that I could. It didn't turn out well, but I still went through with it, and I still enjoyed doing it.
That's awesome. So you said Harley Quinn is your favorite. How many times have you done Harley Quinn?
Oh, gosh. Wow. In the past few years, I'd have to say at least 10 or 20 times. And within those times, like I said, I've always done something different. I had the Arkham City one. Then there's this one I had that had a collar connected to it. It came apart, but I fixed it so I can tie it to the back of my neck. I also have a two-tone corset, a pair of pants, and an arrangement of black and red accessories that I put along with them.
That's cool. So I found you online by going to your YouTube channel, Sarah Star TV. Can you tell me a little bit about your YouTube channel and what you do on that channel?
Well, pretty much all the things that I really love to do, which is, of course, cosplay. And I do the step-by-step instructions on how you can become that person. I also use a lot of alternatives, especially if people can't afford the really pricey stuff. I did get lucky enough to get some cosmetic stuff that was a bit pricey, and that's due to family members, friends, and some people who have supported my cause of keeping on with my cosplay. And I've also added some little cooking things that I've done along with my little star, and is my daughter. And then, yes, we're going to be moving along to doing some music soon, and I'm still working on that. I hope to get it up hopefully before the end of this month or next month.
Now, when you talk about music, what type of music are you talking about? Like, you actually write music and sing?
Actually, I'm trying to work on some actual, dance music, like house and dubstep and stuff. And then along the way, I may start recording my voice along with them and see how I can fool with that. Actually, I've always been interested in music, since I was quite young. I played the flute for about 7 years. I played the guitar for a while, the piano, and then I was also in a chorus. So I'm hoping that I can accentuate my music along with different sorts, hopefully. Experimenting.
So let's talk a little bit more about your YouTube channel. You started off doing makeup tutorials. What gave you the idea? Hey, I want to put makeup on YouTube and show people how to put makeup on.
Since I was little, I've always been interested in doing dress up stuff. So it came to me one day when I was actually putting on makeup that I've seen people do this on YouTube. I think I can do this too. So I did. I sat down one day. I was thinking, yeah, I'm just going to set this up. And the very first one that I did was Harley Quinn. And if you watch it, you will see that I was very nervous. I was sweating. And yeah, I even messed up on a few things. So, but yeah, I had a great time doing it though. That's what made me think, you know what, I can keep this going. So I did the next one and then the next one. And the more I did it, the more I got more confidence that I could keep doing it.
Cosplay, have you ever done it anywhere besides camera? Have you gone out to like any type of conventions or any type of shows or anything like that and wore your costumes out in public?
Well, I actually went to a Comic-Con one time, and that was in LexCon, but I never really did get to really interact. I didn't know I was going. Some friends of mine decided to surprise me by taking me. The funny thing is, halfway there, we broke down, and some amazing guy pulled over and helped us, and then we was able to actually keep going. Once we finally got up to the building, I was like, oh gosh, this is where we're going. You know, it just tickled me to death. But, you know, let's just say if I knew, I would have warned a few friends and fans of mine, and we probably would have been able to hang out. But since I didn't know and we was already there, I did get to have quite a bit of fun for the first time as far as cosplay goes.
So what costume did you wear?
I did not wear one.
Oh, you didn't wear a costume. Okay.
I would have definitely done the whole Harley Quinn thing. I definitely would have done Harley Quinn again. She's my favorite.
So your friends just picked you up, kidnapped you, and said, hey, come with us for a ride.
They just came over to my place. They said, hey, you know what, we're just going to go hang out somewhere. You want to go check, do it? And I was like, you know what, sure. What the hell, why not? So I went with them, and I had no idea where we was going. So when we pulled up, I was like, oh my God, it tickled me to death.
How do you choose your characters? How do you decide which characters you want to show off on film? Like, do you sit there and look at something and test it out on yourself first, or do you just go ahead and just say, I'm just going to go for it and see how it turns out?
Okay, well, sometimes I'll wait till, if there's a big movie that comes out and I have anything close to what the characters have, I'll gather that first, and then I'll plan out what I'm going to look like by either drawing it on paper. Again, I'm an artist. I like to draw things. And just to see how it would look on my face before I put it on so I don't make any mistakes throughout it. And sometimes, I'll just do it. I'll just sit there one day and, I wonder if I can do this, and I'll just see what happens. And if it's successful, I'll go through. If it doesn't, I'll just try a different route.
Has there been any cosplay that maybe you have been a little bit embarrassed to try, or just been kind of timid to try out?
Well, more of the Japanese styles is the ones that I've always wanted to do, but I've never had, let's just say, enough material or enough confidence to go forward and do that, because I just feel that with all those details and stuff, I'm not sure if I could really do it. But I'd say, again, with enough equipment and accessories and everything, I'm pretty sure I could. But right now, I'd kind of be embarrassed if I just went on ahead and hit it head on. I don't know if I'd be good with that. But with a little practice, I think I probably could.
What's been the most difficult costume for you to design?
I've never actually made my own before.
Really?
And see, that's the reason why I want to keep going forward. I feel that with all this stuff and accessories that I get and things that I get, which most of the majority of the things that I have came from thrift stores and yard sales.
Well, that's still technically designing them.
Amazon, so. That's
still technically designing them. I mean, you're collecting stuff, putting it together, and making something.
Well, you're right. I mean,
you're not
I
sewing.
want to actually get where I can actually make them. I can sew and stuff, and I'm pretty sure I can keep to a pattern, but I hope to get that far to where I just make my own costumes altogether and not have to alter for anything. But right now I do enjoy this. I do enjoy going out and finding my own pieces and things to put together. I love that.
Do you have any future plans, videos coming out that you'd be willing to share with us, like any type of tutorials coming up or anything like that you'd be willing to share that we could look out for?
Oh, wow. We'll see, with the new Alice in Wonderland movie out, I'm hoping of getting to doing a few of those. I know I've already done a few Queen of Hearts ones, but I hope to do more advanced things alongside that, because, again, Alice in Wonderland was one of my most favorite stories when I was little, and to enact and be able to do some cosplays along with the new one would be amazing. So I do plan on doing that. However, finding the pieces and stuff may take a little longer than planned.
So your YouTube channel, Sarah Star TV, what do you see from that channel here in the future? Like, do you see more videos? You releasing more videos like every week, every month? Do you see more music? Do you see more cooking? What do you see happening with your channel?
I always try my best to at least get one video out per week if I possibly can. And most of them will definitely have to be cosplay. Like I said, cosplay is my most favoriteest thing in the world. But I also like to cook too. And yes, Little Miss always joins in with me on that. But now as far as music goes, it may take a little longer because I'm still in the process of working on at least 3 songs right now. Mm-hmm. So yeah, I feel that YouTube videos, there's going to be a little bit more each month now that I'll have a little more extra time on my hands. But yeah, space is the problem too. And yeah.
Understand that. So you talk about music. How do you do your music? When you write your music, do you do it on the computer? Do you have like software that you?
Yeah, I do it on the computer, and it's just a mixture of several different programs. One's for sound, one's for transportation, and then recording, and it's a little confusing. That's probably why it's taken me so long.
Yeah, you got to start somewhere.
Yeah, exactly.
Learn how to do it, and
exactly, it's how it is with cosplay. You start with just a dream, then you try to make it a reality.
And you only get better with practice. You just keep doing it and doing it.
Exactly. My very first one was Harley Quinn, and I was forgetting stuff. I was nervous. I didn't know really what I was doing, but I was still having fun with it. And nowadays, it just clicks.
So what got you into the nerd world?
Oh, boy. I would have to say technology. It was back in the day when they had the dinosaur computers. I got so fascinated with how they worked and what made them work, and I wanted to just do more things with them. Then I moved along to the really old-fashioned video games, like the Mario and Zelda, the really old ones. And then it moved up to, I'd say a lot of other geeky things, like clubs that I was lucky to come across. Then it accentuated onto more video games and stuff, and more different types of movies and books, and then cosplay, and it just kept building up. So I was like, yeah, I'm going to have to just categorize myself as a nerd.
There's nothing wrong with that, really.
Oh, no, not at all. I loved it. Helps me deal with a lot of tough times in my life.
So if you were to plug yourself, what would you like to tell? How would our audience find out more about Sarah Star TV?
Well, mainly on Sarah Star TV, which is located nowadays on YouTube. And it's also connected to my Google Plus, which is also Sarah Star TV. I try to keep them both updated with my latest videos, but now that I'll have more time on my hands, I'll have more details. I'll maybe even post updates and photos before I do cosplays to let you guys know a little idea of what I'm going to do beforehand. And of course, I always like when people give me comments and suggestions on new stuff so that I can work towards another cosplay and another goal.
All right. Well, do you have anything else you would like to add before we close this out?
Besides that, new cosplayers like us, do not let other people intimidate you by what they can do that you can. Just keep trying, keep going on, and you'll go far.
That's a true statement. All right. Well, that's going to do it for this episode of Cosplay Connection. Remember to visit thetempleofgeek.com. And as always, thanks for watching.